even at today's prices, Zen is very expensive compared to the gas money you spend. It is. You can make a lot of gains with Zen by doing shorter mints and selling them. And that's what a lot of people are excited. When the Bitcoin launched in 2010, there was no market to sell Bitcoin. So there was no price discovery really because the marketplace did not exist. So you would argue that all the time you have spent mining Bitcoin with electricity is worth more to you to hold on to than to immediately liquidate. Now with Zen, even at today's prices, Zen is very expensive compared to the gas money you spend, which makes it a huge opportunity for people to get into Zen and then flip it for Ethereum or for USDC, which a lot of people are doing. Now, what we don't see, and that's hard to see, we don't see the long-term minters that are doing 400 days. They have claimed their C rank, and they're not selling because they can't. So that Zen will appear in the future. And perhaps if you waited a very long time, 300 days, 400 days for Zen, you will not be as willing to liquidate it and get rid of it. So everything we see on the price chart today is a short-term Zen printing that people are really excited to convert into real cash, so to speak. And that's what we see 90 days in or 3 months in. And that's actually is very healthy. Like people think it's not healthy, but it truly is. Because what's happening is that there are buyers on the market that are willing to pay 3 times or 4 times versus the price of gas on the weekend. And that makes the marketplace vibrant. Now, of course, as more minters come in and mint more Zen, there's more of them that they can, more Zen that could be sold. Now, that's what's causing the price to eventually settle on a particular floor when the floor is discovered. But right now, we're at the ceiling. Even now with 5 zeros and 2, we're pretty close to the ceiling. And so people are...
What do you mean by that?
It means that people realize that they're making money, and 95% of all the people that are minting short term, they're only doing it for one reason: to sell it on the open market. And it's an arbitrage between the buyers out there on the market who are not minters, who are just getting into Zen, and they're willing to buy it and not wait. So they don't even want to wait 5 days of mint. They just want to buy it right away. Now, of course, buying Zen right now is not really a great proposition, and yet plenty of people are buying it. Now, I wish Zen was 17 zeros and 1. Then nobody would be capable of selling it, because, or actually, I take it back. At 17 zeros and 1, a lot of people would be buying Zen.
Yeah.
Even more. But right now, what's happening is that the liquidity supply is so small, but people are still maintaining the price based on an equilibrium of how much gas you're spending versus the time you spent, which is very, very interesting. So people think that the price chart is actually very, very negative, but it's not true. The price chart represents how many people are getting into an ecosystem. And now, selling Zen is not necessarily a negative thing. It gets into somebody else's hands. So you're a producer of Zen, but you're selling it to someone else, and that someone else could sell it to someone else again, and that grows the network, which is extremely positive for the network growth perspective.